Disney has offered a streaming service in Japan since March 2019, as you well know. Oh, wait. Well, Disney Japan, at least. Dubbed Disney Deluxe, the service offers movies, TV shows, rentals, and other perks to Disney fans in Japan for a pretty reasonable price. Now, with the recent announcement that Disney Plus is coming to Japan in June, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Japan-only service. What's up, everybody? Danny from the Famicast here. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. And today, we're going to talk about the exclusive Disney Deluxe service in Japan, and what it has to offer and all that stuff, and what Disney Plus coming to Japan can mean for the service. First, just to give you a little bit of background on Disney Deluxe here in Japan. So the service kicked off on March 26, 2019, and was made possible by Disney Japan, working with telecommunications juggernaut NTT Docomo here. Now, like Disney Plus in the West, the barrier of entry price-wise is pretty low. For just 700 yen per month plus tax, which is about $7 US dollars, users can have access to around 6,000 different movies, TV shows, and stuff like that. Now, I've been a member since the start of the service last year, and while it was definitely a slow burn, pretty much all the big names in Disney are all there now. You got Marvel, Pixar, Disney, and other Disney classics. But that doesn't mean the exclusives from Disney Plus have been brought over to Japan in a timely fashion, or even at all in some cases. Now, with The Mandalorian, for example, fans in Japan had to wait until late December 2019, basically around the time the show ended in the West, before they had a chance to check it out. And the weird thing about this was the scripts and Japanese dubs were already finished, with the dubbed version was even available in the US Disney Plus app, and yet there was a wait. Basically what I'm trying to say here, there is no clear parity between the services. Now, it should be noted, unless things have changed here really recently, Disney Deluxe is region locked to Japan. Yay. Not yay, God. You will also need a Japanese credit card to be able to pay for the service, again, if you're here in Japan. Not only that, but you need to create what is called a D account in order to sign up. Now, this is like a special account that's account/service that's ran by NTT Docomo that can be used to accrue and spend points at various physical and online shops all over Japan. You're also going to need a Japanese Disney account. Now, keep in mind that although this is an NTT Docomo venture, who are also one of the biggest mobile carriers in Japan, users are not restricted by their mobile carriers to access the service, thankfully. There's a little bit more to the service here, though, too. So Disney Deluxe isn't just limited to streaming movies. Now, being a member also gets you access to other services and discounts on other Japanese exclusive, probably, Disney goods, and in some cases, discounts on shopping at Disney stores. You could even get discounts at lodging for places like Tokyo Disney Resort, which is pretty cool. Now, there are 4 different apps that can be downloaded here too, all of which are free. So Disney Theater is the one that you're going to need to watch the content. Disney DX or Deluxe, this is like general Disney news, you get trivia, news updates, stuff like that. Then there's a Star Wars Deluxe and a Marvel Deluxe app as well. These last 3 apps, they're kind of just like information hubs. You can see information about different events going on throughout Japan, like I said, to trivia and stuff like that. So if you're interested, you can look at that. Obviously, it's all in Japanese, so yeah, study up if you want to take a look at that. And just to be clear here too, you don't need any of those other 3 apps either. Theater is the only one that you're going to need to watch movies and TV shows. Now, there are some odd limitations and other quirks with the theater section of the service. So users are limited to 5 devices for one account, but are able to use the service on up to 4 devices at once at the same time. The app's available on Android, iOS, the Amazon line of products like Amazon TV, Fire Stick, stuff like that, and of course the PC and the browser. I don't think that the PC and the browser count against that device count there. So, I mean, these things, they're all pretty standard. You'll find some of these things on other services and stuff too. Maybe not quite the limitation stuff, but, you know, hold on, there's just a little bit more here too. So for an additional 500 yen a pop, about $5 a pop, you can have access to the latest releases via a rental service. That's right, folks. On top of the 700 yen you're already paying, if you want to watch the brand new movies that have just come out in Japan on Blu-ray and DVD and stuff, you have to pay a little bit extra. Now, what's kind of weird about this, these have to be paid for by using D points. And one major oversight here is the fact that you can't make this purchase in the apps directly. You're going to have to go to a computer or maybe even like a web browser to initiate the rental, from which you have 30 days to watch it, 48 hours after you start the program. So, I mean, in the past, there have been campaigns where you can essentially get a rental for free only after adding some cash to your D account, from which you would then get bonus cash or points added there. Honestly, I've never made use of this service. I mean, with things like iTunes and Amazon already having rental services available here in Japan with almost no levels of, frankly, bullshit, there really is no point of using it in theater. Now, performance on the theater app it's kind of hit or miss. While it runs pretty decently and smoothly on iOS, I also have it installed on my Fire TV stick now. Sure, I know that this device isn't a technical powerhouse or anything like that, but the UI is extremely sluggish. But, once the videos get going, everything's pretty much so fine. English voice is also available on pretty much everything that I checked on here. I mean, obviously stuff that was made with that as the base. You also have the option to change Japanese dubs or add in Japanese subtitles. This was kind of surprising since over the years, finding English dub animation in particular at places like theaters and stuff, pretty hard to come by. So it's definitely nice to have this option. I should note that all of the Star Wars titles used in the service, it looks like they're using the Japanese versions as their base. But what does that mean? So, well, I mean, like the title scroll is all going to be in Japanese, and usually like the other alien languages that are being spoken are going to be just in Japanese only. You're not going to have any English, so study up if you don't remember what was said. I mean, it makes sense given that the service is geared towards Japan. Also, too, just a little bit of a side note, unlike Disney Plus, there is no 4K HDR support here either. You can only get up to 1080p. Like I mentioned earlier, I've been using Disney Deluxe for about a year, and I'm relatively satisfied with the service. I mean, the apps themselves can be a little bit sluggish, but there is a decent amount of content here to make it worth the relatively low price. Does it have everything that Disney Plus has in the West? Of course not. I mean, with worldwide licensing being a nightmare on several properties, I understand things get complicated. It's easy to pick the service apart on the basis of things like rentals, 2 accounts needed to sign up, my favorite movie or series isn't here, etc., etc., etc. But still, I mean, the theater section has gained a good amount of content since its initial launch. But with Disney Plus on the horizon, it's difficult to say what's going to happen with Deluxe. I mean, the discounts on goods and hotels, stuff like that, those are pretty nice additions and definitely worth it for diehard Disney fans. Now, whether or not the services, being, Disney Deluxe and Disney Plus, will live on together side by side, or if maybe Disney Plus is just going to consume Deluxe, that's just something that we're going to have to wait and see. As of right now, I haven't seen any announcements from either side, from Disney Deluxe. Like, I check their Twitter all the time. Disney Plus, nothing yet. So what do you think? Are rentals a good idea for services that you're already paying for? That's kind of a joke. Do you think Disney Deluxe is just simply going to go away after Plus is introduced in Japan? Any other thoughts on the service here, too? Sound off in the comments below. As always, thank you for checking out this video. If you like what you see, please feel free to give us a like. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We have tons of podcasts, reviews, special videos, and a whole lot more. Again, this is Danny from the Famicast. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.